So you're an online coach, online fitness coach, you're looking for a VSL, something that's going to sell for you, something that's going to pitch for you, that's going to convince clients to jump on a call with you. Well, welcome to this video, because that's exactly what we're going to be talking about today. A VSL that's going to sell for you. So sit back and relax, watch this video, take some notes, because this is going to be super valuable. At the end, obviously, I'm going to give some tips on how you could implement this and where you could implement this to obviously get the best effect on it. So let's get right into it. So intro. Obviously, the most important thing when it comes to anything, short form content, YouTube content, ads, is always the hook. You must have a good hook, right? For people to watch a 20-minute video, obviously, you have to have a really enticing hook. And how do you do that? Well, you have to state the transformation. Transformation is, well, this is how you can get X amount, right? This is how you're going to lose weight in the next 90 days, 60 days, right? This is how you can get 50K in the next 30 days with ads or leveraging growth operators, whatever it is, right? Whatever your hook is, the transformation, whatever your transformation is, whatever you're selling, the transformation, always sell the transformation, and your hook should say that. So obviously, you also want to tease the outcome, right? What's the outcome? How are they going to get this at the end? At the end of the video, what are they going to get? What type of value are they going to be getting? So make sure you tease the outcome. So right, obviously, have a great hook. Focus on transformation. Obviously, tease the outcome in the intro. It's very important that you tease the outcome, because if you don't tease it, they're not going to watch until the end of the video. So next, testimonials. You want client results. So if you have really great client results, right? You're an online fitness coach, you have really great client results, then this is what you should be leveraging. You should always be leveraging either testimonials, transformations, visuals, right? Of before and after photos. That's perfect. So if you could do that and leverage that in your testimonials and your VSL, that's amazing. Make it pretty, obviously, make it pretty looking. But testimonials is something you must have in your VSL. This is what's going to get people to obviously watch the rest of your video as well, right? You want to have testimonials. Next, your story. This is where you need to be vulnerable. This is where you need to kind of detach yourself from everything else, from really pitching. Well, you're not really pitching this. You're kind of just showing and providing value. But in your story, you have to tell them where you were before, right? Most of you guys struggled with something. Now you're 2 years, 3 years later down the line. You have transformed yourself. You have changed your life. And now you're helping others. So state the before, the after, and why people should listen to you. Right, this is where you highlight relatable pain points. This is where you're going to build a true connection with your audience when they watch this VSL. So make sure you show your story, and yeah, you just be vulnerable. Tell them exactly what you went through, the pains that you went through, exactly the things that you were feeling at that time that they're currently in. And if you could pinpoint those things in this VSL, they're going to want to buy at the end. So your story. Next, value section, right? There's pillars, right? So pillar 1, pillar 2, pillar 3. Right, you got to provide value, right? You got to believe it's possible. That's one pillar, right? In that pillar, you talk about how they should believe that the solution that you have is obviously something that's going to work, but they also need to believe in themselves that it's possible, right? Pillar 2, give something valuable, right? What is it that you're going to give in this? Is it like a meal plan? Is it going to be a workout, right? Whatever it is, just give something up for free. Make sure that they know that what you're providing actually works. And then pillar 3, accountability, right? This is what they're going to be getting in accountability when they work with you, right? Check-ins, etc. So provide value, right? You could always switch these pillars up. It doesn't have to be these, but you could always switch them up. Next, program breakdown. So when you break down the program, you don't want to break down the features. Yeah, maybe you could talk a little bit about them, but the main thing that you want to break down here in this section, the program breakdown. Talk about the 2 types of people that are watching this video, that they're watching right now, right? For example, group A tries to do it alone and fails. Group B joins the program and get results, right? And this is where you focus on outcomes. This is how you will get desired result. And obviously you could talk a little bit about how, like, yeah, you'll be getting this, and that, but the reason why these guys get that is because we have this, and that. And the reason why these guys don't get this result is because they don't have this, and that, which my program obviously provides for you. But you don't want to dive too much into the features. You pretty much just want to make the gap bigger, right? Next, the last thing, which is call to action. If you're ready to be in group B and finally achieve X, click the link below to book a call. You always want to have a call to action in your VSL, and most of the time it's going to be book a call. So book a call, send me a DM, send me a message, whatever it is. But most of the time when you're doing a VSL, it's always book a call. It's always to book a call, right? Because you want to have book calls on autopilot. You send this to somebody, or you run an ad to this VSL on the landing page. You wanted to book a call by themselves without you having to follow up, without you having to chase them, right? So it's always going to be book a call. So these are the sections that you are going to be creating, and I'm going to give you some tips on how you can do this and how you can record it. So tips for recording: you could do a mixed format. I always like to do a format of obviously recording here, like a Miro board, like I'm doing with my camera here, to be able to showcase myself, but to also be showcasing obviously a visual, because a lot of people are visual learners. Even if people say, yeah, I'm not really a visual learner, I can learn from just what you're telling me, cool. But it's always better if you have a visual in place, because they can see the progress, they can see how they can probably implement these things, whatever, right? So always have some type of visual. You can probably, the other way you could do it is by just recording a video and maybe having somebody edit that video, but that's going to be heavily edited, right? Because if you're trying to put visuals on there, obviously they have to find these images or create these images, whatever it is, right? Roadmaps, right? If you're talking about maps and how, your roadmap is, you can take somebody from point A to point B, whatever, right? When it comes to editing part, obviously you're going to have to hire an editor, so you could do that as well. But if you do the talking to camera and screen sharing, I think that's a lot more better. All you have to do is pretty much just cut a couple of things if you mess up in between your videos, but that's really it. But those are two ways: either do a long form heavily edited with an editor, or you could do a screen share with your camera like this. Either way works. It's just whatever you prefer. And obviously the length of this should be anywhere between 24 to 45 minutes. Obviously this is for a VSL on a landing page. Now there's another way that you can send this to, or you can try out. I'm going to go over it right now, but you want to prioritize value over brevity, right? Value over everything. So make sure you provide a lot of value, and it's between 20 and 45 minutes. So where to use your VSL? So you could use this in a pre-call nurture. You send it to prospects before sales calls. So once they obviously they book a call with you, you can send us this VSL, right? It could be a 20-minute thing where you go through everything, which will nurture them and have them trust you even more, right? Because when you're creating short form content, they can't really build a true connection, right? The short form content is really just to pique their interest, for them to watch some of your long form content, right? That's really what that short form content is. So if you're not creating any YouTube long form content, then you're missing out. You have to do YouTube content. But then yeah, you could also use this in ads, funnels. You can embed the full video on a landing page. That's what I was talking about here, for the 20 and 45 minute long VSL. Or you could do a pre-call nurture, where you can obviously send this to prospects once they book a call, or this could even be before they even book a call, right? Instead of pitching to book a call, you just pitch the VSL, like, hey, do you mind if I send you a VSL on how we help John and Sam do exactly what you're going through right now? And they'll be like, yeah, let me send it over. I go over some of the things that we did with them that you could probably take from these videos and then implement it yourself. Boom, right? So even if you give everything for free, you give the whole program free, these guys are not going to do it. Why? Because they're lazy. They're not going to do it. So everything that you have, the program, everything, you can literally give it out for free right now, and nobody will take action. There's only a small percentage that people would actually take action on, but most of the time these guys will not take action. So, and some guys are just afraid to give things for free. So give things for free, right? Just like I'm doing now. I'm not afraid to give these things out for free, because, well, a lot of you guys are not going to take action on it. And if you guys do, amazing. If you guys get results, amazing. Let me know if you guys get results from this, right? But yeah, pre-call, nurture, right? Send it before sales calls, or you can use this on a landing page VSL, which works either way. So key takeaways for your video. So focus on transformations and not features. Be vulnerable in your story. People buy from those they relate to, and you always want to over deliver the value to build trust. Use visuals to keep viewers engaged, and always end with a clear call to action. So these are the key takeaways for your video. Make sure you do this, and then figure out if you want to do a pre-call nurture. You could do both, doesn't really matter. They could be two different videos, just a little bit different, one longer, one shorter, whatever it is, right? But decide on how you're going to do that. And obviously for recording, obviously, like I said, have a visual, have your camera. Obviously they want to see your face as well. Either heavy edited or do a screen share like I'm doing now. But yeah, another tip that I'm going to give you guys is to always record these sections in sections. Yeah, these phases, record them in sections. You don't want to just record everything all at once. Record it by little parts. So intro, have your bullet points. Okay, what is my hook? Boom. How am I going to start this? Okay, what am I going to talk? What transformation am I going to be leveraging in my intro? And then how am I going to tease this outcome? Right. Obviously, your testimonials. Make sure you have the graphics, photos, whatever it is. Make them pretty. If you need to add any wording on it, you just edit it on Canva, whatever. Something simple, but make it look nice. And then add it onto there as well, right? Have your editor put it on there. Or you could show it, like I said, screen share. You could screen share them or whatever on a mirror board like this. So record this by sections, right? Your story as well. Talk about the bullet points you're going to be talking about in your video. Same with the value section, program breakdown. And program breakdown, like I said, don't talk a lot about the features. Focus on the outcome, the desire, right? And obviously the call to action is always to book a call. But yeah, record it by sections. And obviously always watch your video back. Like replay it. Like your tonality has to be on point. And this is what a lot of people don't talk about in the space. They just say record it, create a VSL. And I've seen it plenty of times with a client who recorded a VSL and it just doesn't pop out. Why? Because they're just not confident in front of the camera. They don't like, it doesn't feel like they believe in the program that they're selling. Right? I don't hear that conviction in their voice, in their posture, in their tonality, that they actually believe in the things that they're saying. So when you're recording this, try to do it by sections, right? But when you're recording this, make sure you do it in one sitting. What I mean by that is like simply look at the camera, talk to it, have your bullet points, read off of it, whatever you have to do, but make sure you keep that same speed, right? Because if you're going to create a whole script, right, you read something and then you stop, and then you're going to start back again, you read the next line and then you stop, right? You don't create that momentum, that energy, that feeling that you're transferring. Right, when you're running a marathon, you're not gonna run for 100 meters and then stop or just walk, right? Because you're not gonna get anywhere, right? You have to, obviously start and then keep your pace, control your breathing, and then obviously you pick up the pace and you keep your pace at that level, and you keep your breathing the same, and then that's how you run a marathon. That's how you're gonna run that long distance. And same thing when it comes to recording these videos, is like you have to have the momentum to transfer that energy. You have that tonality in your voice, and that conviction and that confidence. So if you're not doing that, then this is not going to be, it's not going to flop, but it's not going to do so well. Yes, you can have an editor chop up all these things and stuff like that, but I mean, that does work, and you can do that. But I always tell my clients, hey, look, record this, try to do it like this, because at the end of the day, it's going to help you. It's going to help you become a better speaker. And that's what all my clients have told me. It's like, yeah, after doing short form content, the stuff that you gave me, like I feel more confidence when I talk to my clients too. Like I feel it, and I talk to them, and I feel like I know a lot more, and I know what I'm talking about, just because I know how to speak better. Even though I already know these stuff, but when I explain it to people, I can explain it better and faster and quicker, and so do that. Record it by sections, and make sure you build that momentum, right? If you have to stop because you mess up, take it back from the top. You mess up again, take it back from the top. At the end of the day, this is going to help you with your communication skills, and obviously getting confident in front of the camera as well. But yeah, those are some tips that I would tell you, is get confidence in front of the camera. Because if you are looking to build a online fitness coaching online business, or you already are, you have to be online. You must be online. So, and this is something that you must master. And the faster you master this, the better, right? Because you'll be able to transfer energy. You'll be able to transfer your confidence to people through a screen multiple times, too many people all at once. So if you could do that, amazing. But yeah, comment down below any more ideas that you want me to create. More happy to create for you guys for free.